Guys, I got to be honest. I don't see how any parents could actually let their children attend government education. Yeah, your public schools run by the government because we know that they are doing nothing more than indoctrinating children into critical race theory, LGBT stuff. That is happening. Now, guys, what we're going to be talking about here in this video, folks, I just don't understand how people actually are supporting Joe Biden. I really, really don't. I know not everybody is. I know that his approval rating is in the trash. But guys, how in the hell did this guy get in office? Because he is putting a bunch of woke people around him that are educating your children. In this case, guys, Beijing Biden's education official. Let's just jump over here to the New York Post. Right here. Beijing Biden's education official claims democracy, fat phobia, based on white supremacy. Really? Fat phobia. Now, growing up, I never heard of this word, fat phobia. That is a new term right there. Being afraid of fat people, because we're living now in a time of, how can I actually, what's the word that they actually use, guys? I believe it's, body appreciation or something like that. Body positivity. That's what it is. We're living in that kind of world right now. Guys, the whole thing about this body positivity thing, promoting unhealthy lifestyles. Now, I actually saw a post from a pretty famous trainer. Got a comment about one of her workouts. And basically the topic came up, hey, everybody is beautiful or something like that. And she said, well, everybody's body style is healthy, I guess you could say. She clapped back at that and said, no, you cannot be healthy with all of that weight on your body. She's right about that. But this is the person right here, Christina Ishmael. Yeah, a woke lunatic here. This is the kind of person that Joe Biden actually puts around him. Let's read it, guys. A U.S. Department of Education deputy director who was appointed under Beijing Biden poked fun at evangelical Christians, and evangelicals are always under attack from the left, and claimed democracy was based on white supremacy, according to her Twitter profile. Now, let me stop right there. Democracy. Now, the left is always talking about saving democracy, but yet one of their own is saying that democracy is white supremacy. Somebody on the left explain this to me. You guys got some explaining to do about this. But anyway, Christina Ishmael's Twitter account was put on private Monday, but not before Fox News Digital documented dozens of her claims about white people and white supremacy, purported ties to American democracy, evangelical Christians, and fat phobia, bias against fat people. Ishmael is the deputy director at the Office of Educational Technology. The office implements policies for equity of access. That's a communist term, folks. Not equality of access, equity of access. Yeah, the leftist communists have hijacked the word equity, by the way. Quote, democracy is also built on white supremacy, which I see perpetuated in education circles when BIPOC, I hate that word, BIPOC folks are being told they're too negative by addressing real issues instead of superlatives. Ishmael responded to a tweet which claimed the evangelical church welcomed hate and white supremacy in its institution. She replied, amen. Yeah, these people on the left hate Christians, especially evangelical white Christians. Fox News Digital asked the Department of Education whether Ishmael displayed a bias against evangelical Christians, but did not receive a response. Of course not. Around 25 to 30% of Americans identify as evangelical. The Beijing Biden official said she walked away from a discussion because, quote, a white male dominated the conversation. In another instance, Ishmael said she was turning out voices from white people. And you know what? And she's white herself, I guess she has what they call it, white guilt. So she has to show how virtuous she is about this whole thing. I really can't stand people that do this. I really can't. In another tweet, Ishmael seemingly cast doubt on whether white gay men deserve to be considered a marginalized category in curriculum. So they don't like straight white men, but now also she's poking fun at gay white men. Okay. It says here, quote, in most inclusive materials, the most dominant votes are still represented in the marginalized group, white, cis, gay men. This does not include the nuance of this group, she said. In other instances, Ishmael blasted the white perspective in curriculum. Quote, most of my curriculum was written from a very narrow and white perspective, she said. Quote, as a teacher, how many times have you been asked to uphold white supremacy through dominant culture norms? Ishmael said. What? Uphold white supremacy by dominant cultural norms? Really? I mean, this is the kind of person that Beijing Biden has in this educational group. In another instance, Ishmael claimed that the term stakeholder is a colonizer language to ID the white men who state their claim to land. Stakeholder is now basically a white supremacist word. This is crazy. Part of colonizer language? Ishmael also believes that bias against fat people is on par with white supremacy. She said learning to be comfortable in my own skin and weight and really ready to reject the white supremacist ideal body? F yes. Fat phobia is real. The ideal weight, shape, and look is white supremacy baked into our everyday lives. I'm so over it. We deserve more than diets, she said. Well, here's the thing, guys. Like I said, if you are fat, if you are overweight, how about this? Change your habits. Change your habits. Eat right. I don't care how much exercise you do, folks. If you don't eat right, then you will never lose weight. Being fat, guess what, is not healthy. Ishmael is a self-declared fan of Ibram X. Kendi, who's a communist, by the way, the anti-racist founder, director of the Boston University of Anti-Racist Research. Kendi wrote a 2003 column about living with the white race, stating Europeans are simply a different breed of human. They are socialized to be aggressive people. They are raised to be racist. And you know what? When it comes to Ibram X. Kendi, you can't say that you're not racist. You must become anti-racist. This is probably why Christina Ishmael is all on board with Ibram X. Kendi, who's a racist, by the way. And therefore, it seems like Christina Ishmael is also racist against white people because she buys into this anti-racism thing, which is nothing more than racism. Wow. Unbelievable, guys. Unbelievable. Quote, the current status quo of our educational system works for white students, but not black or brown students. Many white people will question why it should be changed, she said. Ishmael has also said that white supremacy is baked into classroom rules. She said, quote, so if I'm on a webinar with professional speaking, should I also share Zoom rules with them to remind them of no gum chewing, muting microphones, etc.? Oh, that's right. No, we shouldn't with children either. We can't help but see the white supremacy built into the rules I've seen floating around. Fox News Digital previously reported that another Biden official on the DOE, Kayla Patrick, claimed that school discipline is part of a racist system, blaming so-called whiteness while she worked for a left-wing educational organization. I believe that was earlier this year when they actually put that out. But I'm not surprised, guys. I'm not surprised This is the kind of people that Beijing Biden is putting out there. Because this woman, I can't see her whole body. It looks like she may be a little bit overweight. I mean, this is ridiculous right here, guys. Attacking democracy. Everything is white supremacy to her. Every single thing. Guys, why are you people still supporting Joe Biden? You liberals who voted for Joe Biden, why are you still supporting him when he puts people around him like this that are just pure, cultural Marxists? I mean, his whole administration is full of cultural Marxists. Joe Biden has called for the castration of children. I mean, this is just utter blasphemy. But the mainstream media will not hold him accountable. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.